There's a problem in Israel. There's this giant. They can't live next to each other amicably. There's some conflict. And so David hears about this giant running his mouth. He shows up at the camp and he can hear the giant. He's not just saying, "Who will fight me?" He's cursing God. He's saying, "Your God is nothing." He's cursing the people. You people are nothing. And this stirs David up. He's like, he doesn't obviously know the God that I know. He doesn't know who we are. Someone needs to show him who we are. David had some family there, family members, his brothers, and his brothers told him, "Sit down and be quiet. Quit running your mouth, David." So he's hearing those voices. And then he comes before the expert, King Saul. And that's where these verses come from. 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 31. When the words that David spoke were heard, they repeated them before Saul, and he sent for him. Now, King Saul, he has seen men fight before. He's surrounded by soldiers. And ladies, men fight each other just for fun. We have the WWE, we have football and baseball and all these other kind of sports just so it could be civilized fighting. Make it more. And the good thing about these sports is you survive and you get to fight another day. Back then, some of the battles they didn't walk away from. All right. King Saul knew what was involved with fighting. He was the expert. And there are going to be experts in your life. And praise God for the experts. We're not capable of knowing everything. We need to be dependent on each other. But not when it comes in contrast or in opposition to what God has said. He's the real expert. And he just shares his expertise with others, right? David said to Saul, "Let no man's heart fail because of him. Your servant will go and fight with this Philistine." And Saul said to David, "You're not able to go against the Philistine to fight with him, for you are but a youth, and he is a man of war from his youth." And David said to Saul, "Your servant used to keep sheep for his father. And when there came a lion or a bear that took a lamb from the flock, I went after him and struck him and delivered it out of his mouth." And isn't that what we're called to do? Okay? Deliver the innocent from the mouths of those that would devour them. There are some problems, like addictions, that will devour people. And they need a deliverer. They need someone to come in and reach out and give them a hand. Praise God. This is what we're called to be and do. to help those in need. There are lions and bears out there, but you're equipped. You are able. David was a boy, and he knew this as his identity. I'm the one that's going to deliver. It's got to be me. Your servant has struck down both lions and bears, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be like one of them, for he has defied the armies of the living God. And David said, the Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and from the paw of the bear will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine. It's not negotiable. There's no compromise. He's done it before. Why would he change? And Saul said to David, go. You know who you are, apparently. The Lord be with you. And we know the story. He went out, took his sling, because that's all the shepherds used back then, I guess. And that was what he was comfortable with. And God will use what you have. Okay? Who, your personality, and it'll sound like your voice, but it'll be God bringing a stone to that problem that will topple it down. There was a plan for that giant too. And it wasn't going to last long. Yeah. God was not deaf. He heard what that giant was saying. And he was looking for the one who had the identity, who knew who they were. It wasn't just David. It was David and God. And that was enough. And it's that way with us. It's not just you by yourself facing mountains. It's not just you in the midst of a storm. It's you and Jesus. And Jesus has a plan for that storm. That it be still. And you will survive and get to the other side and live to tell about it. God has a plan for your giants. They need to go. They need to fall.